Welcome to Force Pro Sports Laserforce podcast with your host, Mr. Mischief.
Welcome, Laserforce players, to my new podcast, Force Pro Sports. Laser tag is the greatest sport of our modern era. Our dream is to see players get paid, teams sponsored, and lives transformed through the incredible Laserforce community. My codename is Mr. Mischief. I'm a laser tag sports analyst who aims to make laser tag presentable and exciting for all. Today I'm joined by TheBabe from Loveland, Colorado. He's got 723 missions. He helped create the new Laserforce tournament Discord, and he's helping to elevate this year's international streaming experience. Welcome on, TheBabe. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. A little nervous. This is exciting. New chapter.
No.
As I gave all that, I didn't tell you any of that stuff I just said. What do you think about all that? Those bold statements I made.
God, it's not a one-man operation. Like I will say, with this community and especially this Nats this year, it's very much a hands-on operation from all sides, and I'm really excited and honored to help out with what I can, but it's also good to see everything that's happening with the site, with just Laserforce in general and the future for it. I think it's definitely going to be a start to a new era, and I'm really excited.
I love to hear it, and I agree. I'm blown away now that we've connected the community more at how many people are building their own stuff. I was talking with Jeff, who's the president of Laserforce USA, and was like, games where they let you mod the game, the developers allow you to actually access the code and do all kinds of cool stuff. That's what Laserforce seems like they're doing. Players are getting in there and building it without even being paid to. We just love the game that much.
Yeah, no, I got to sit in with Tim. Tim from Laserforce, Sanch, and he was doing we host what's called the Fun Conference at Level Laser Tag, and it's just a more operators come in, and we just they talk about operations and how they can better improve their sites and everything. And Tim was one of the ones who hosted a Laserforce operations tech day, and just went super more in depth and about customizing game modes and how they can do that, even just on a basic supercharge level. But even then, as someone who gets to have hands-on that and be able to edit the rules in the way that resets and downtimes are and being able to customize through that, it's one of the things that made me fall in love with Laserforce, and I'm so excited with the improvements that they're doing in the future and some of the things that they've teased down the way. I'm super excited about.
Dude, I love to hear that. There's so much that goes on that even I just don't hear about it. The way people are innovating the game, it has a bright future, and that's exactly what this podcast is about. And I'm trying to highlight people who also have similar visions. Speaking of what we're doing here, before we get into everything, we begin every show on this new podcast with a quick question. And today's quick question is sponsored by a website that you created, relicsmerch.com. So Relics Merch, you can see a sponsorship at the bottom there. I'll put a link in the description. But it is a shop with Loveland laser tag themed merchandise and Laserball merchandise and laser tag merchandise. If you want to get some cool swag, check it out. I don't have a promo code or anything, but maybe someday.
Not yet.
No,
not yet.
But right now they are sponsoring me, and that's really cool. So you should go and get some merch.
Absolutely. Hopefully new Laserforce merch. We have all the old logo stuff, but hopefully we could get some of the new logo stuff now.
Yeah, which, by the way, thoughts on the new logo?
I actually really like it. I know like there was a little snippet posted, and there was some thoughts and reactions to the new logo. I really like it. I think it's I again, like I said, I think it's a double. It's like a start to a new era, just overall for Laserforce, with new owners, with like Laserforce as a company with new owners, us as communities starting to all come together now. I think it really encapsulates everything, and I think Marco did an amazing job with the logo.
Hmm. Yeah, I would completely agree. Um, I could understand the old logo having some nostalgic ties for many people, but I'm sorry, guys. The new logo is way sharper. I am fully in support.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for everything.
Our quick our quick question for today. Old Man Thanatos asks, if you could change one thing about any Laser Force game, what would it be and why?
Um, I would. mm, Maybe it's just me. I would change capture the flag so it actually works as a game mode. I would because the way that I view Laserball, it's like capture the flag but better.
It honestly is
Um,
just the same kind of thing.
but like they have so many unique, like you have like all like the special like gun types that you could get in there. And like they have like the three different like levels to capture the flag, but like part of me just really wants to play capture the flag, but it just doesn't work.
Hmm.
And I'm like, can we fix it? Can we like either simplify it or decide to double down? But I want to capture the flag working. I want it to be a good game mode because I think it would be really fun.
I completely agree. Capture the Flag is a really cool game on the playground, and it just doesn't work. I can't figure it out. It takes forever to tag someone down. I can't tell when I have the flag. We have the technology now to go back and revamp some of our game modes that we've had in the past. So I completely agree with that. Um, I had an answer too. You want to hear my answer?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking like, okay, the question wants us to change one little thing about a game. You went with I want to revamp a whole game and make it work. I have a similar one. I actually really wish we could go and redo Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm,
Now the thing is, that's probably going to tick some people off because there are a lot of people who can play the game super well and they've spent years crafting like their cleric gameplay and their mage gameplay. So I propose we just make a new one. The old one is based off of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Second Edition. Let's make one based off of Fifth Edition. Let's make one that
mm.
plays a little more like a game like Overwatch, where all the classes are really balanced and equal. They all have like 3 or 4 special abilities. Like we can make them way more complicated than Space Marines. That's one of the cool things about D&D is how complicated the spellcasters are at least. But let's make it easier to access and tell what your spells are, what your mana count is, all that. I would love to see that.
I will say, maybe this will also kind of piss off the older generation, but like, let's add the stats on the screens now for Gen 8. I
That would
want
be
to
cool.
see, like,
Oh, you mean like the scoreboard?
not the scoreboard. So on the phaser screen, I want to
Mm.
know the information that I have, like I do with the Space
Like with
Marines. Maybe
SM5.
that's just
Nope,
me.
I agree. I can agree completely. Well, the thing is, like, some of the older generation didn't like when your stats for SM5 got added because they spent all this time memorizing and counting in their head. So it took a while to learn that. And then the new generation comes in and we're just checking our screen all game. I could see why you'd be upset. Like we never had to learn that.
No, but it's like so much better. Maybe that's just me. Like I will say, like that's probably something I do want to learn is like not having to rely on the screen so much.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I like the screen. I like when it tells me things. If not, why is the screen there? You know, it's like you got to move forward with what the technology gives you.
Mm-hmm. in general, I'm open to any change that makes the game more accessible for newer players. That doesn't mean that skill gets removed from the game. It never will, no matter how accessible we make it. But removing some of those pointless barriers where it's like we're making it hard because that's just the way it is, or we want it to be hard, I don't think that's good for the community or the game. So anyway, thanks for answering that quick question.
Absolutely.
If
Thank you, fan.
Yep, thank you, fan. If you want to submit a question for one of our guests to answer, leave a comment below. I also invite you to support our channel through our Patreon. This is where if I have any Patreon new supporters, I would shout them out here. But this is kind of new as well. So with the Patreon, not only are you supporting this channel, but this is part of the mission. 1/2 of all of your donations are given to the National Association of People Against Bullying. All children deserve protection from harassment and abuse, regardless of race, religion, ability, income level, gender identity, and sexual orientation. NAPAB, NAPAB, provides support in communities with bullied children, such as implementing anti-bullying clubs in schools. You can help them by giving directly and supporting this channel. So patreon.com/Mr. Mischief, that is on the top of the screen there. And we can get right into the show here.
Awesome.
So today's show is generally about transition. That here in Loveland, we've got some big transitions coming up. Even the show is a transition, and we're going to talk about it. So I want to actually be selfish, take the spotlight for a minute, and try not to do that too much for the rest of my time doing this podcast.
Be my guest.
But you're the person I wanted to do it with. So obviously, there are a couple changes in the Laserforce community and Laserforce Loveland, and one of them is this new podcast is going to replace the Playbook podcast. The big difference is trying to make it a little more professional looking. You can see us. We're on video now. The other reasons are I want to reach a wider audience, especially overseas. Truth is that the Laserball community in Europe seems like it's about 10 times as large as the Space Marines 5 community in the States and in the Australasia. So I want to make this generally more accessible. It's not a Space Marines podcast. It's more just a Laserforce podcast. I want to pursue a higher mission. So that's why I chose to, half of everything that's made on this channel going to go towards the NAPAB. Also, I've spent the last year, celebrating as I've this year gotten to be the Laserforce World Champion. And I've done quite a lot of self-aggrandizement and aggrandizement of my teammates. I'm done. I want to highlight other players and give them a chance to have the gift that I had. So I want to highlight other players. The ultimate goal of this would be that I get to be paid to be a sports commentator and analyst for the Laserforce scene. Have conversations with players around the world, both old and new, people with lots of trophies and no trophies, of all walks of life, and uplift people, all while using some of the money to make a difference in the world. Every donation would be given on behalf of the Laserforce tournament community. Additionally, I think there's a huge mission to be had in getting more people to play Laserforce. For me, playing in Space Marines tournaments gave me confidence in myself, gave me some lifelong deep friendships, and taught me how to stand up for what I believe in. So I believe that the Laserforce community provides a lot of good for people, and I want to get the message out. I want this to be kind of a hub where people can be known and get to have conversations about things. Thoughts on all that?
I love it. I'm so excited.
Cool. There's my little moment in the spotlight, and now I'm going to hand it off to TheBabe. So, Loveland leadership is transitioning. That is another huge change that's happening. So, Loveland Laser Tag in Loveland, Colorado is our Laserforce site. It's also would you call it the U.S. capital for Laserforce?
I feel like Syracuse has some words about that.
I think they would, yes.
We're
just the desk people.
or the desk people. No, I would say like we are like on average. Honestly, I think we are like the most consistent from like what I understand. We are like the most consistent like Laser Force site.
Oh, I don't even mean through like
Or
sales or our Space Marines players, but like the president operates out of our
yeah.
place. So I
I
feel
mean,
like we get to
I
be
would,
the rich kids, you know?
yeah. Well, I mean, we do like well, they got Tim too.
They
Like
got Tim, right?
they do have Tim,
They got
but we
Sanj,
have we have Jeff.
right? So
I feel like yeah,
Syracuse, comment below. Tell us your thoughts on that.
I would say I would make I don't think it's bad to say we're the capital.
It sure is fun to say it.
Oh yeah.
Gives me a grandiose sense of self-importance. And over the last 10, 11 years, the site's been run by myself and the Fear Turkey. And by the way, there's another transition going on, but I think this is all tied in together. Um, and then around the COVID times, we transitioned leadership to Sergeant Tucker. He's been leading the site. But recently, after this last big internationals where Loveland was able to take first, as often happens, a lot of our players decided, wow, that was a hard journey. We're going to focus on some other areas of life now, rather than continuing to, as intensely as we had, keep traveling and playing. So all of our stories are a little different. But basically, the three of us, we all got together, we talked, and we sat you, TheBabe, and a bunch of your peers down, and we said, hey, we want to transition leadership and hand this site over to you, the next generation. We're not going anywhere. We're not like quitting. No one made a grand retirement speech. I have not made a grand retirement speech, but a lot of us are kind of getting older and we have some life things we're going to prioritize. And we offered for people to put in applications for leadership. And TheBabe it's official. He's going to be our new site leader in the future. Right now, it's kind of me and Sergeant Tucker are helping kind of ease him in. But as we go forward, you people in the community, you can consider TheBabe to be the Loveland site leader.
Hi chat.
Look at that smile. Isn't he cute, folks? Which, by the way, that's partially why I'm Mr. Mischief now. I got married. Now I have a Mr. title. And it kind of shows a new era for me. The identity for me is probably going to be a bit less of avid, trophy seeking competitor. And now I want to be more of like that behind the desk analyst. And I probably will get out to tournaments at some point still, but that's more what I want to become. And TheBabe, like, you're fresh on the scene. Young and green with only like 700 missions, dude.
Not
Like,
even a year in.
Tell us about this. How is it to hear that we wanted to hand this off to you?
Exciting, yeah, a little. I wouldn't say frightening is the right word, but I definitely. I'll think about it sometime, and I get a little shivers. I'm like, oh god, me of all people, out of everyone, okay. No, I mean, I was able to kind of watch you guys from the sidelines for we'll see if my camera I was able to watch you guys from the sidelines for the 24 nets, and long before I was a part of the Space Marines community officially, I was there just as your guys' manager every night, and I would be like, all right, yeah, guys have more games, I still gotta close, like you guys have your fun. And like over that time I got to like talk to y'all, and slowly got to know everybody, and then from there, after watching Nats and being able to be a part of that experience on like a more of a bit of like a technical / facility like side of making sure things are going good, and being a part of those conversations with you and Beans and Caleb, and figuring out how to, and G&D, and trying to figuring out how to make last year's Nats the best Nats ever. And now I get to be a part of the conversations now of how do we make this year's Nats the best Nats ever. And I really like it just because like I get to talk to a lot of people with the same interests. I mean, we all love laser tag, and being able to like how I've seen it grown to the wins to the lows. Like I'm invested now, um, and I'm here, and I'm ready to eventually lead and hopefully also win some trophies. But we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, and I'm excited.
We're all very excited for you, man. Um, you you got your flaws like any person, but I think if I were to summarize how I like your main quality that's awesome about you is, I mean, I think you're very pure-hearted. Like you are genuinely a very kind person. You want people to enjoy themselves, and you gotta very mature, you know. And also you're passionate. I mean, can we share about your dreams someday?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm making it a mission to be an FEC owner one day, Family Entertainment Center owner one day, sporting Laserforce laser tag, of course. But my dream, which I found out is some other people's dreams. So hopefully I'm not stepping on any toes here. But my dream is to have a laser tag arena that would be like the arena. It would be a fully customizable arena, down to wall placements, to removing walls, setting up stages, having actual like stadium like seating with stadium effects and a jumbotron, and having a commentating booth where we can actually, those as players who are in a competition can actually watch, not just like ref, and we don't have to watch on some TV screen in the lobby, and we get to kind of miss out on the action. We actually be there for experiences, both for like a Space Marines perspective and even laser ball or any other sport like laser tag competitions we want to do in the future. I'd really want to double down on being able to be both competitive and fun.
Dude, that is insane. And I can't imagine anybody listening to that who cares about either Laserball or Space Marines 5 being like, not thinking that's the coolest thing ever. That's a whole podcast episode right there. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
break out some maps, talk about the logistics. What comes to mind for me right away is like, well, what if audiences are like, are interfering with the call outs and they're all jeering and yelling when somebody gets a missile off? Like, it'd be cool. It'd be
Oh
so
yeah.
cool. It might be an improvement. I don't know. That's amazing, dude. I mean,
Mhm.
just even the fact that that's your dream, this is a great way to help support that dream. You can get some experience leading a site here. I mean, you're young and committed. You're in a different stage of life than we are. So we feel really good about it, and we're all here to support you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So, what's your vision for leadership? Are there any changes you hope to make?
Um, nothing like too significant. I definitely feel like um I want to see like Space Marines grow. Um, but I would like to nature and nurture both like a community, like a Space Marines community, and then like a Space Marines competitive side. And I feel like there's like something that we can do that for people who want both, they want to be a part of the community and compete, like they're able to thrive. But I also want those who just don't want to compete, but just want to play and be a part of the community. Make sure they also feel welcomed and also grow and learn. And then maybe they're like one day, okay, well, maybe now I do want to compete, or something like that. I definitely feel like that's kind of one area, along with like laser, or like kind of work alongside Laserball or something like that, to be able to grow like a really competitive side and then continue nurturing the community that we already have. We're still working out the kinks, but I definitely feel like even in the learning stages, current leadership and I have been able to formulate some different plans on how we run nights and how we approach things. And I feel like they have made them for the better. And I'm just really excited to kind of step into the role and hopefully not step on anyone's toes, but we'll see.
As Joe or Sergeant Tucker would always say, it's a benevolent dictatorship. I think he got that from Old Man Thanatos. So there may be some toes stepped on, but it's all part of the learning experience. A lot of people skills. You have the power. We're entrusting it to you.
Scary.
Thanos gauntlet. All right. So there's that. Any final thoughts on your new benevolent dictatorship?
I'll probably hit up a lot of people during Nats. I'll see a lot of people in Nats, and I'm excited to have conversations or actually meet some of you in person. So I definitely feel like I'm going into Nats as a lot of things. I'm going in as future site leader of Loveland. I'm going in as a Laserforce community member. I'm going in as a player, and then I'm also tasked to actually work on some projects for LLT. So I'm going in for a lot of things.
Awesome. Let's talk Discord.
Perfect.
Now I'm going to try something here. I have streamer mode enabled, and some people are about to get their messages totally blasted on the public, But
I know.
I'm gonna share my window here. Take a look.
Ooh, give me one.
Cool. All right, can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right, I think everyone else can too. Here. I'm still working on the foreground a little bit. I got to figure that out. But there we go. Okay, Gabe, TheBabe. What are we looking at?
We are looking at the official 1.0 semi-beta, but totally works Laserforce Discord. It was the idea started developing, taking place on the Resupply podcast, where G&D and Tham were like, man, Facebook's just not working anymore. No one, like, it's such a divide on who actually uses Facebook, who's like on social media. Like, do we, like, despite some people who don't want to join Discord or learn a new thing, do we try and approach making a Discord? And I both volunteered and was voluntold to kind of start breaking ground. But honestly, the main person you should be thanking is two from Brisbane, and I believe Brisbane, but Australia. They absolutely killed it. I'm still waiting. That I got kicked from Mod Access because they were testing things, and there's been so many other things that are more important than reinstating my mod privileges. But it's absolutely amazing to see just all the people here, all the forums where you've been doing, the requests that people have, just being able to just go one channel over and talk to some of the UK people, or like someone's like literally was like, hey, I'm going on vacation and I don't want to piss my wife off. What is like the closest way, or what's the closest place to where I'm at to play some Laserforce laser tag? And everyone just started talking over there, and being able to have like this much interconnectivity really shines. But it's been a lot of talking about what they need and what they want, and there's so much more to go. Like, this is only the beginning. There's some ideas that I have, and that I would like to kind of start working on in a mod channel and start testing some things out. And I think that there's going to be a lot more to come, and this is only the beginning.
So, what's your role on the Discord now?
Officially, I am everything, man. I do a lot of yapping in here. So I plan to continue to kind of be a moderator. I think overall we do a really good job of moderating ourselves in conversation. But
yeah, so far I haven't regretted scanning through the first 3 entry gate channels.
Yep. So it's my plan is to come back in as a mod and work on some announcement type features, some ways and things to get pinged. I'd like to find a way to get LF stats somewhat integrated in and get pinged every time a new social night comes out. I will ping that channel, and anyone who's in it of LF stats is ready to view and able to go on in. I'm planning on continuing talking about Space Marines and Laserball and developing that for the US side of things, because the UK has 4 years on us. We got to catch up. So
yeah, right. They've already had a Discord where they've been talking to each other.
Yeah, they've been. I don't know if it may be similar to like how each community might have like a private Discord, but all the people that I've been talking to, like Philip and Lucidin and two, kind of all came from the resupply Discord. So it feels nice having one Discord that you can use to talk to the community and be able to also feel like you're a part of every time that the Czech Republic does a tournament. Like, you could feel a part of that and be like, oh, I could watch this. Wow, I'm here with them.
Right. That would be really cool, because there's so much happening all the time over there right now. And I'd love to know. I'd love someone to tell me, like, hey, here's a tournament happening, here's a stream happening. Well, the idea is amazing. I mean, it almost feels like a little outdated. Like, yeah, we need a Discord. It's 2025, but it's fantastic. I love it so far. I love the organization, the way that you can sign up to be on. I just signed up for everything.
Yeah, no, I did too. Don't worry.
Like, choose your home region and member night updates. Like, that's really cool. We've been putting updates for our site in here from time to time. Although we still have a big Facebook chat, we probably need to get people slowly over here. I love the way that conversations will just like randomly spark all over the place and you can just follow them and be a lurker. No, it's amazing. So, what do you think of it all so far?
Really good. I know as someone who's going to be a future site lead and others, I believe we are still working on getting like mod like privileges for your like channel specifically for your center, and try and be able to just give a little bit more life into the Discord as well, and hopefully down the road, like each like for the United States, there'll be like a United States events where it's not just posted for everyone. Currently, we do have the Syracuse shindig. I keep saying Syracuse. I'm too involved in that.
Wait, really? I didn't know that it was Syracuse.
Yeah, it's Syracuse.
Yeah. Sorry, Syracuse. I've been calling you that for my whole
Syracuse,
life.
Syracuse. I think it's Syracuse, but currently on the events tab, it's nice being able to have the any events that people are interested in, being able to share them, and then hopefully down the way we can actually see just more people creating events that they're like, hey, here's an event, you could come, but also here's the link to the stream. And so currently we got those two. Hopefully maybe we'll have a third one pop up here soon. But it's been honestly a blast, and seeing what Two has done, being able to work with them and talk with everybody. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing but positive things to say. It's really cool, and it's good to hear your perspective on it. For the people, Google says that it's pronounced like Syracuse.
Syracuse.
No,
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
I don't know. I am from New York.
Wait, I can share this. One sec.
Right.
Let's see. Change that to that.
Syracuse. Okay.
That's what it says, folks.
Sweet.
I don't even know if people who live there pronounce it that way.
I don't know either.
There we go. Will this play audio for you?
Yep.
Give me the...
I think you gotta press that little...
It wants me.
Yeah.
Syracuse.
Okay. I hate the way that she says that. I feel like it's wrong now. I don't feel like that's who it should be.
Syracuse.
I think I say it that way.
Syracuse.
I don't see what's wrong.
I just don't like how Google says it with that like AI voice.
We can do the British pronunciation.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Syracuse.
I like that better.
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Oh man, this is great. Thank you, VDO Ninja, for being so easy to use.
Whoop whoop.
Okay. Well, honestly, as far as the Discord goes, I guess, are you willing to share any of the ideas you have so far for what you want to do with it?
Like I said, I find a way to do like LF stats integration.
I mean, you did share a bunch. I'm sorry. Any other ideas you want to share?
I would love to see, work with some of like just what Discord mods and bots and stuff they have. But maybe something, maybe not for this tournament, but like future tournaments, especially like Nats level tournaments. I would love like a page of just like current score or who's playing, or just like being able to pull it up.
Yeah, like a box score. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Box score. And then just I would love just a lot more conversation about like Laserball tournaments and rules, and I want to figure that out because I think it's going to be a really fun mess to figure out. I know, like, figuring out MVP, like a MVP score, like that's something I'm just talking about, not like like necessarily like Discord server thing, but there's a lot of room to, I think, stretch our wings. I think there's a lot of ways to make things look really good. I think having potentially more voice channels, or having just kind of connect everything all in one, it's going to be really nice. I love how Brisbane hasn't like talked at all, though.
I know. But this is all you really need to say, to be fair.
Yeah.
Bravo. Well, I just wanted to highlight for you that as soon as we got the channel, I just immediately started dumping all of our history. Because I imagine this Discord's going to be around for a very long time, so I kind of wanted to be like, first, here's your legacy.
We did it.
I don't know. I'm a historian like that. It might be cool to have. I wish other sites would do that too. Like, I'd love to know just who has played for your site and what's the history been behind all of these. What accomplishments have you had? Who are your main players? What do they look like? Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on from Discord. And let's talk about this upcoming Nats a little bit. So you are the captain of Team Loveland.
I am, and I'm gonna let you. Oh, camera gone.
Oh, my camera went gone. That's not good. Let me try stuff. That's weird. I mean, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Try hopping back in. Cool.
There we go.
We're good. Video Ninja, so easy.
All right. I don't know if have you actually seen our logo, Luke? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, I think you can share your screen if you're able.
I can. Holy crap. That is game-changing laser tag right there.
Right there. Boom.
Boom.
You know, what's your team name?
The Loveland Curveballs.
And curveballs. You went with a baseball one.
We did.
You were talking about that.
It looks really good. I'm gonna make sure it's all nice and pretty. And then I wanna share. Let me try that again. There it is. Boom. Here it is.
Whoa! That's got some backyard baseball vibes, dude. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, did Marco help you with that?
Oh, Marco cooked so hard.
Marco, beautiful. Let's go.
Oh yeah. And I will say we are workshopping some ideas, but we're thinking of doubling and maybe even like tripling down on the theme of baseball. I think we're gonna go into it. But we're the Loveland Curveballs, and you don't know what hit you. So that's our little motto.
You don't know what hit you. That's cool. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Because let's talk about the Nats, and let's talk about this like it's a sports show, you know. So tell us about your team this year. What are you guys bringing to the table? What are you expecting?
We are bringing to the table we're hoping to bring to the table what you can do with basically 2.5 rookies, a Nats, 2 Nats season players, Liz as a Nats season medic, and a wonderful Merc RNT. We are bringing together the most unexpected but so Loveland team that you'll ever see, I think is the best way to put it. I am, of course, a rookie when it comes to Nats. So is Corbin. It is also our first year in Laserball. I think Liz is about to hit her 1 year here soon. So congrats on it. Yep, there's RNT in the background. You could see him.
Lurking.
There he is. Oh, that's my scout.
This was my stupid little pet project I made for them, but
love it.
because it's like the beginning of a new story, and that's kind of why I went with the Ghibli art style. That you're about to all embark on an epic saga that could last for years and years, kind of like ours did.
I'm excited for it. I'm first year, also captain of the team. Sammy is my co-captain, so we got some experience under the ship. So don't worry, we're not gonna like fall apart out of my bad leadership. I'll take the fall if I need to for that. But no, I mean, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I think we're mainly kind of going in, having fun, being able to view Brisbane for potentially the last time, and trying our best. And I'm excited. I know I say that a lot. I'm just so much.
Well, I'm
so
glad
many
you're
things.
excited. That's actually pretty cool that you're excited to be in Brisbane, what has been the Laserforce capital of the world for all this time. Let's see. I'm trying to find a graphic for last year's. Let's see.
Phoenix.
No. A different team. We'll be back with the podcast in just a moment. Wanted to take a quick ad break to just let you know, please support the channel to join the fight against bullying and support our sponsors, relicsmerch.com, to get some awesome Laserforce swag. And with that, we'll be right back to the podcast. Thank you for listening. That will open. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to close that. And then I was going to say, you've got a bit of a shell of this team, Five Nights at Loveland.
Yep.
All right. That was my rank before Beans hurt himself, by the way. I was accurate. They were 4th.
Whoop.
But Azra captained the last tournament, Loveland B, and this is now Ash. This is an old graphic, Ash BD. But you got kind of the building blocks from this team, and Lizzie Lizard was on the Detroit Motor City Mutts as well. So you got some experience coming in, but you and, how do you say Corbin's code name?
Sabo.
I was gonna say Sabu. It's Sabo. You do have a couple rookies on the team, and RNT has by far the most experience out of all of you. So he'll be able to bring some of that.
No, I'm really, it wasn't, I think when going in wasn't the team that I was expecting to play with necessarily, but it's a team I'm really happy with, and a team that is going to learn and grow, and I don't think it's going to be a one and done out of all of us. I don't think this will be the only Nats appearance and then dip. I think we're going to do our best to put up a fight, but I think we'll even fight harder in Syracuse. So
yeah, people are already talking about 26.
Yeah.
And many of you view this as kind of like training for that, right?
Yeah, I know. Like for us, we do see it as training for 26, and I think this is probably the most expensive but best training you could probably get for 26, and any Nats in general. But I'm really excited, and honestly, if I'm thinking about it, I'm really thinking about 27. But that's just me.
Part of it isn't necessarily just because of the Brisbane arena, but the players who play there. Getting to watch some of these absolute legends and maybe even get some advice from some of them, I think will be very influential on all of you.
No, and I think that's the other half of them, like getting to play in home turf of Rusty and Taipan, and then just also being able to officially meet G&D, hopefully show them a thing or two, and just I mean, this like that was one of the things last year. Like there wasn't much presence from internationally, so being able to now be able to get in with some of Europe and New Zealand and Australia and even some zone players, being able to battle it out is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a hard journey during that time, but I think it's going to be a fun experience overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I've got to ask, the Resupply podcast projected you firmly at 7th place. What was your thoughts listening to that?
I had a lot of thoughts. I it's not that I'm not going to agree or disagree. But I definitely feel like, knowing if it wasn't for the fact that Zone was going to be there, that if Zone wasn't going to be there, we were going to be bottom of the barrel. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be bottom of the barrel. It kind of lit a fire under me. Not gonna lie. I definitely want to prove, if we hit 7th, that's okay. If we hit 8th, something's wrong. But I think we're gonna be fighting for 6th. We're goal is to not necessarily prove G&D and the resupply wrong, but definitely want to be able to show them what we're worth. We're worth more than 7th, in my opinion.
Well, I want you to prove G&D wrong. No, I get it. No one's Loveland except us, right? Like, we root for ourselves. Yeah. And you are the team that is definitely like the full rookie team, never played in Brisbane before. Even though Azra and Ash VD and Liz are not rookies, you're all pretty new at the scene. And this is some of the most experienced talent pool I've ever seen. Like on US West, I think Simply Okay is the least experienced player, and he's got like almost 4,000 games of Laserforce, like, or around 3,000. It's insane how experienced these other teams are going to be. But I will say, it's a Loveland classic to be coming in projected at the very bottom, being the new team, and despite the fact that our site is now like 11 years old, hey, you're still a bunch of new players projected at the bottom, so you get the full classic experience.
I don't think that'll ever change, honestly. I don't think Loveland's Loveland like that, and part of the reason why I love it. But no, I don't don't think that, or correction, I do think that we might be able to track some people. I think there's a lot of, from what I've seen, there's a lot of strengths, but trust me, the moment we get to Australia, it's practice. And I will spend whatever money I have to spend to be there all day and play a bunch of laser tag. Because honestly, that just sounds awesome. But I also kind of come into it as like a Laserforce employee. I'm like, dang, this is where it all started. All right, there's a lot of heritage, and I'm excited to be a part of at least just the legacy of Brisbane, but also the mark and history of Nats 26 in Brisbane, where it all started. That's the whole theme, that's the whole vibe, and being able to even participate and talk with everyone, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, 100%. It's cool you have such an appreciation for the place you're going to, the people you're going to get to meet. I think it will help kind of establish connections for you as the new leader, especially with the worldwide scene. But I do disagree. I think that this will be one of the last times that Loveland is the new kids on the block. If the community is going to expand the way that I think it will, uniting with the Discord and the explosion of Laserball and the curiosity we're getting from some other scenes, I mean, at a certain point, we'll get some new sites that want to start their own Space Marines journey. Loveland will become one of those just actual middle of the pack, we've been here before teams. And that'll be nice.
Oh, yeah. We'll win another Nats one day. You mark my words.
I'm excited to see it. I cannot figure out yet how to turn off your screen share. Would you mind disconnecting your screen share? I'll play with that another time. Well, I thought we could end today by talking a bit about live streaming. So, tell us about the role that you're playing in this year's live stream.
Outside of the person who has to bring all the cameras in, we actually recruited, I want to make sure I say his name correctly. We recruited Mr. Timmy, one of the employees over there at Brisbane, as well as Comp Geek. He is somewhat of a Laserforce player and been in the scene for a little bit. Nothing like too bad, but he has a ton of experience with streaming and broadcasting, and he having his help honestly has been, and just listening, even just seeing his insight has been absolutely amazing. I do think this year's Nats is going to be one of the most, is like a actual pivotal moving like point for stream. I think just trying to get streaming moving forward. We've already communicated about new score bugs and new scoreboard on the streams. We're already working with figuring out cameras and the software, and it's been really nice to be able to talk to them and also listen to it for this year for Nats.
That is awesome.
So I've been working with them on that. And then internally, whenever I have time, I've been working with, as previously working with Philip on figuring out a more homebrewed version of a laser ball and hopefully Space Marine scoreboard for members nights or any like East Coast, West Coast mega members streaming to A, get some experience under my belt, but B, also just make it a little bit more fun to watch and watch back on and have VODs. I think that's the one thing that I really wish our setup does have permanent cameras so we could have VODs, but that'll be some conversations we'll have here in the future for that. But I'm really excited for just live streaming this year for Nats, and if it sounds as epic as I'm listening to it, it's going to be 10 times more epic actually happening.
You showed me what looked like a working version of a new Space Marines 5 scoreboard. Is that going to be active during the tournament?
I actually found out from CompGeek that someone other than Philip that I've been working on actually has their own version of that. So there's multiple people in the community that have their own thing. I haven't seen it yet, but that's my goal. At least I gotta check in with them and make sure that we kind of have plans all set, especially with figuring out. I think we figured out the casting lineup for Nats this year, and if I recall correctly, it's Rockwood and
I think Metalface.
Metalface, Rockwood and Metalface.
The Triple Tap Podcast.
Ooh, where's Snuffles at? Where you at? Where are you? But yeah, no. So we figuring all that out, and then I think they've also been working on getting actual cameras that aren't ones that we're bringing installed. So there might be even more angles and gameplay we'll be able to look at and watch from. And then, like I said, hopefully a new score bug that we can have on there. I love the old just like look at the teams, but sometimes with like I just want to see a new one. I want to see updated visuals and graphics. I want to be a real sport.
Well, that's what this whole conversation is, and that's another whole podcast episode that we'll need to have is how to make it, watchable. So the one that we pulled up before the episode, that's Philip.
Yep, that is Philip from the Czech Republic.
So I wanted to end by watching a few minutes of one of Philip's streams from the Czech Republic because you were basing some of the things that you were working on off of this version of the Laserball scoreboard.
Oh, actually, I found their Space Marines one.
Oh,
as well.
Oh, can you share that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's see that.
Let me pull it up here.
There's a really cool laser ball too, one by the way.
Oh yeah,
and they've been using it for tournament after tournament after tournament. If you check out, let's see, the channel is Aurora Laser Game Kladno. Amazing stuff. It's on our channel too if you want to check it out. But all right, let's see this.
So,
I love the way their bases light up different colors. By the way.
Yeah. So that's their two bases. I love.
Can you full screen it?
Oh yeah. Let me.
Look at this. Holy cow.
Yep. So you've got.
I've already seen this and I'm amazed again.
Oh yeah. I love what he's been doing with the missiles, the I think they might have it changed for 15 over there, but they've got the special points, the ammo, your lives, the score, player, their positions. I'm gonna mute it because I don't know if this music is copyright free.
Yeah, totally.
But no, I saw it. I'm like, okay, this is just the beginning, but boy, am I excited! Like he did absolutely amazing, and he's like, there's a little bit long ways to go, but I mean, even this, I would love to see some sort of like just direct integration to LF stats immediately after or before. And you have the timer up, and I believe their scores, the teams, it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, there's so much to say about how do we get this to be viewable by a wider audience. But and again, there's probably a lot of old nostalgia there that people have watched just the scoreboard for years and years. And if you actually know Space Marines 5 really well, you can actually tell quite a story based on just the feed and just the numbers going up and down. So it's exciting for people who play, but when you're getting a new player into it, or you're trying to show a friend or a family member, they have no idea, and it looks a little overwhelming. So that already it's a massive improvement for the viewer experience.
Oh, 100%. And even then, like, that's just the beginning. There's so much more to go with. I would love to, like, just even like little things like nuke activations, resupplies. I would still like the like mission events going on. But I like it's just a start, and it has a bright future for, I think, the score bugs moving forward. And don't worry, your stats aren't going to go anywhere. I would still want all the stats, every single little stat that's on there, on there. And who knows, maybe even steps. Maybe we'll get the step counter in there too. But no, he did such a good job. So, and I've been working on my own homebrewed version out of that, and sounds like someone else has another one, and it's not the first idea that's come about, and so I'm really excited.
Dude, I think we're excited to have you as the site leader. I think the community is excited about all that you have provided for it so far and the exciting things to come that you have your hands in. The way that you're talking with people in the Czech Republic and in Brisbane and trying to build things up. Dude, thanks for all you're doing.
Absolutely.
This is a dream for many, many, many of us to see this sport become legitimate.
No, and it's like, it's an absolute honor also, like from my end. Like, I don't, like, people think of like professional laser tag and they're like, that's a thing, and I'm like, oh, it's not just a thing. Like, it's like a movement. People, and I loved this opportunity to just talk to everyone and speak my mind and toss around ideas and be able to step up in a higher leadership position and not just be that new rookie on the block. And I'm not going anywhere. You can trust on that. And if I'm going anywhere, I'm opening my own place, and everyone's welcome. So,
Gabe, it was a delight to have you on. Is there anything that we can plug for you here on the channel?
Absolutely. I mean, as a reminder, shout out Relics merch. More more merch drop incoming. And then just huge shout outs to just the Laserforce community as a whole, and Jeff. I don't think if it was for my life has gone a very strange path, but it's been a very fun journey, and I still wake up and I'm like, how did I get here? But it's been an absolute blast, and I love it, and I love the opportunities, and I cannot wait to help grow the scene and see where it goes.
Heck yeah, man. Well, that'll wrap up our show.
Oh, my apologies. Laser leveling curveballs. We will be doing an Instagram for Nats. I have so many ideas for posts. I really plan on being like, we're a real sports team, so we're gonna do sports team things. So please, no one get hurt and offended. But a lot of funny jokes will be thrown at everyone's way, even to us. We'll make sure we'll laugh at us too. So don't you worry. It's just leveling curveballs on Instagram.
Leveling curveballs on Instagram. Okay, I'll make sure that we put that in the description as well. Curveball.
And you can't miss the baseball face. It's there, and it's, you're like, that's the baseball.
How American.
Oh yeah.
All right, now that'll wrap up our show. Please support the show by giving to our Patreon, link in the description. Check out Loveland Curveballs on Instagram and relicsmerch.com for cool swag. If you want to be a guest on this podcast, reach out to me in person or leave a comment below, and I may reach out to you. If you want to be part of our Laserforce community, join our LF Tournament Discord and look to attend a Laserforce tournament event in person. Good time. And TheBabe, do you have any final thoughts or questions?
No, just support us. Keep joining, keep yapping, keep everyone just keep doing what you're doing. I'm excited to see everyone at Nats. And I'm excited to do a lot more traveling here in the future. I plan on trying to attend every tournament I can. So I'm going to make it happen.
Awesome. Well, an honor to talk to you. I'll see you tonight for some tag. And,
oh my gosh, it's tag night.
It's tag night. Tag Wednesday. Let's go.
Let's go.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to ForceProSports. Subscribe to the channel and get cool perks by supporting our Patreon. Play Laserforce and become part of this era's next great sport.